Welcome to the Anime Podcast channel. My name is Benji, and I hope you guys had a wonderful Christmas and New Year's holiday. And today we're going to begin 2022 off with a banger. I want to discuss the future of one of my favorite characters in One Piece, Trafalgar Water D. Law. The Surgeon of Death, the man who claimed 100 hearts just because he felt like it. Well, I mean, there was a reason why he did it, but you get my point. But we're going to discuss his role in the story following Wano, his goals, and will his journey continue with the Straw Hats, and what his possible role in the final arc of One Piece can be. But before we go ahead and dive deep, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Me and my friends Nick and JC come up with weekly podcast episodes on all of your favorite anime and manga series. And if you haven't already, go ahead and join our Discord. We have one of the most flourishing One Piece communities, as well as a bunch of anime communities within our Discord. Go ahead and check that out right now. And I want to give a special shout out to my guy Prism on Discord. He helped me conceptualize this video tremendously. But without further ado, let's talk about my guy Trafalgar Law. So to start off, I want to begin with Law's introduction to the story, and how it may give us a glimpse or a clue of what we may see from Law later on in the story. Law's introduction initially started at Sabaody, but he easily made an impression on how much of a badass that Law actually is. But if you really think about it, within the New World, Law has become such a mainstay character. From Marineford to Punk Hazard to Dressrosa to Zoe to currently Wano now. Dressrosa being the major arc in which we see a dive deep into Law's character. His tragic upbringing, having his hometown Fleavance, aka the White City, be decimated by the world government. Ultimately seeking help from Dofi and his crew, which led him to befriend Corazon, Doflamingo's brother. Corazon being a father figure and swag inspiration for Law, the swag is there. But Corazon having Law understand the importance of living on despite the unfavorable odds that are against you, and what it means for Law to finally have a purpose in his life. And one thing leads to another, but we realize within Dressrosa that Law's main goal is to seek revenge on the murderer of Corazon, Doflamingo, by destroying the Smile Factory location and create a conflict in which Doflamingo would have to face Kaido, and ultimately Kaido would beat the shit out of Doflamingo. Yet this wasn't exactly how it played out, but Law was ultimately successful in his mission to seek revenge on Doflamingo with the help of Luffy and the Straw Hats. But Dressrosa not only provided us with amazing backstories for characters, Senior Pink is obviously one of the best backstories written in One Piece, just saying, but established some lore as well. The development of what we know about Law's Devil Fruit, and if utilized in a certain way, can provide eternal life at the expense of the user given his own life. Which is scary if you think about the implications, but let's save that for the end of this video. With all this being said, Law has been shown to be one of Oda's favorite characters in this series, objectively. And he's a favorite character of mine too, yet this just leaves the question, what happens to Law's character further on in the story? Like, why is he obligated to join in the Wano battle? And after the conclusion of Wano, what is his future for the remainder of the story? Doflamingo has been defeated and is impaled down as we speak. So what is next for the Surgeon of Death? Will his alliance with the Straw Hats continue, or will it end after Wano? So let's answer some of these questions, and I'm going to simply just give some of my personal opinions and theories. First, what are Law's main goals overall, and what are his aspirations for the story? Well, we can eliminate one thing off the list. It's not to be king of the pirates, and that's for sure. For example, Beppo, his second in command, is one of the weakest second commanders in the series. But, I'll mess with Beppo. That's my guy. And his crew isn't necessarily the strongest, but when it comes to reliability, Law's crew is very capable. Not only in Marineford, but also in Wano, they've saved Luffy's life twice. Law's crew is made up of doctors, and this would somewhat align with Law's goal of providing aid for those in need. It's in his nature, from his parents being doctors and Law being familiar with medicine as an early child. And this makes more sense when you look at the journey that both Corazon and Law embarked on, going from hospital to hospital seeking aid for the Amber-led illness. Law realizes that his new chance of life and the sacrifice that Corazon made for him must not go to waste, as stated in chapter 798. His devil fruit, the Opi Opi no Mi, is a perfect tool that aids in both aid and battle. So I'm going to go out on a limb here and I say that I believe that Law's goal is that of aid to as many as possible. This seems apparent from his crew and his time with his role model Corazon, who primarily wanted Law to freely live his life. And seemingly in the story, Law has somewhat established this duty to provide aid to those who are in need. In addition, I personally believe that he subconsciously wants to start a new era alongside Luffy and Kid, and he is an opportunist. Being able to realize that this current raid provides Law with the highest possible chance to defeat Big Mom and Kaido, in hopes of killing them both. But this isn't all. There's still a mystery that ties Law with not only the world government, but also Luffy and the Straw Hats. And that is the significance of the D. The Will of D, I mean. Are referred to by Corazon as the enemies of the gods, which we still haven't got much information about. But this history of the Will of D and the significance of the world when told by Corazon is something that I feel like Law is obliged to go ahead and uncover. With Wano holding critical information from Odin's journals, which seem to have important info according to Momonosuke having this shocked look about a discovery that he read from the book, and also the poneglyphs, one being located on Onigashima, the only documentation we know of from the Void Century, as well as the location of Lafto. And in chapter 996, Law actually makes it apparent of what his current goals are. And he states, to know the meaning of this checkered past, the known fate of the Will of D clan members. This provides another reason for Law and his ambitions going forward, and why he's aligned himself with Luffy and the Straw Hats. Him and Nico Robin both seemingly having common goals of uncovering the true history by finding the red poneglyphs and the mystery of the D clan. And in order to do so, they must take down the 4 emperors, the 4 Yonko, and probably the Gorosei as well. Quick side note, Robin and Law will make a great couple, just saying. So it makes all the sense in the world why Law is still active, and why he'll remain prominent in the remainder of the story. But to kind of cap us off, I want to finish off with one question that kind of has me shook about Law's character going forward. What will Law's Devil Fruit mean for the conclusion of the story? From Dressrosa, we find out that his Devil Fruit can provide eternal life once the Devil Fruit has been completely mastered, with the only caveat being the user must sacrifice his own life. And it has been speculated that Im-sama has gained the benefits of this ability. But this just raises the question, could we possibly see Law use this ability later on in the story in an attempt to save someone, giving somebody eternal life, whether that be Luffy or someone else? And quick side note, I don't necessarily think that Luffy would actually take kindness to this gesture if Law actually gave it to him. Luffy seems like somebody who wants to do something his own way. Having the cheat code of having eternal life just doesn't seem fun to Luffy and his character. But with Law escaping death in the past, will this curse come up to haunt him in the end? Yet this is yet to be seen, but for Law fans, it's a distant thought that stays in our minds, sadly, that, somewhere down the line, Law could be forced to use this ability. But, God forbid, I don't think it'll come to that. But what remains exciting to see are these conclusive parts that are happening currently in Wano. Law is growing strong, and with a new developed awakening of his fruit, him and Kid have a chance to defeat Big Mom. It's looking slim, but they have a chance. But I'm sure with Big Mom's defeat, Law's credibility, as well as Kid's, will continue to be upheld throughout the story. Law remains such an important character to the series to this current arc, and I'm sure Oda will continue to utilize this amazingly written character to the very end. But with all that being said, what do you think Law's true goal is? Did I miss anything, or do you disagree with certain things in the video? Let me know in the comments below. And once again, special shout out to Prism on Discord. He's the one who kind of helped me kind of conceptualize this video as well. But like I said, there's a lot of questions going forward for Law's character. What will he do with the information once he finds out the true mystery of the Will of D clan members, this checkered fate that they have? And then going forward, I still want to know the significance between him and Luffy, or how that that chain link is still linked together. But with all this being said, thank you so much for tuning into the video. My name is Benji, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you guys. Peace.